In the age of digital connectivity, we are more connected than ever before. But with this connectivity comes the shadows of online privacy concerns. Today, we will delve into the lives of ordinary individuals to understand the impact of digital age on their personal privacy.
It happens too much for it to be a coincidence.
Participating in the internet, you are also automatically give up some privacy.
There are moments when I guess personally, I've realized I've given away more than I've intended, and it's kind of scary.
The world is so scammy right now. I don't like to shop online. I don't know what to trust.
I remember being on MySpace when I was a teenager, and you just talk to people on it. And basically, I remember a person I was speaking to told me that they saw all my pictures on some other website. It was a dating site or something that just made me very uncomfortable. And so I remember at that time feeling very violated. It's so strange someone out there is pretending to be me.
Online privacy refers to the protection of personal information shared or transmitted over the internet. It encompasses the right of individuals to control the collection, usage, and dissemination of their personal data in the digital realm. This includes various aspects such as the confidentiality of sensitive information, the right to remain anonymous online, and the assurance that data shared online is handled securely and ethically.
I'm a graphic designer, so I do use third-party websites for design projects, and websites such as Canva. I feel I have to constantly put in information or update information, or even when I'm signing up for music type of sites, they're asking for information such as age, date of birth, name. It's just the full threshold when it comes to those things, and it's a little bit intrusive.
There's websites that I join where I invest in crypto or my Citibank account, anything dealing with a loan, anything dealing with housing. They require an additional level of verification. Websites that I am giving a lot of personal information to is normally websites that are essential to purchase.
Online privacy is a critical concern in the modern digital age, where individuals engage in various online activities, from social media interactions to e-commerce transactions, and seek to safeguard their personal information from unauthorized access, use, or exploitation. Various tools, technologies, and legal frameworks aim to address and protect online privacy, but it remains an evolving and complex aspect of the digital landscape.
Social media platforms, they seem like the biggest sort of culprits in that sense. They're always prying and asking for more details, and sometimes it feels like there's no limit to what they want to know about me, and it's a constant struggle to maintain some sort of level of control.
I was in the market for a new car recently, and there were certain cars that I would search up or certain videos that I would watch in a car, and then I would go on a social media platform such as Instagram or Facebook, and I would see ads specifically for that car or cars that were similar without me even having to look it up on that platform.
Throughout our interviews, a clear trend has surfaced. Individuals are not only conscious of, but also deeply concerned about their online privacy. Common privacy infringements include targeted advertising, persistent data requests on websites, and the incessant flow of spam emails and texts. To address these challenges, there are various strategies available for maintaining privacy on the internet. Alan Henry, a senior editor. He was previously Smarter Living editor at New York Times, special projects editor at Wired in New York City, and editor-in-chief of Lifehacker.
Every time you click from one website to another, you click on a link to go to the next page, that's information that people are collecting about you. That kind of information that you may think is meaningless is the steam that powers a lot of companies. First step is really for people to understand the transaction that they make when they get something shiny and new that's free. So when you sign up for a new account at whatever service, read the terms of service at least as much as you can. What is it that you're giving up?
Greg Sparrow, president of Compliance Point. He brings over 15 years of experience in information security and risk management to Compliance Point. Greg is responsible for the design, development, and delivery of information security programs to the customer base.
That consumers are more aware about how companies are gathering this information, what they're using it for, and how they monetize it. I think that's one of the big things that's been missing. I think being in the industry, I think we're more aware of it, but I think the general consumer probably is not. I think they at least they sign these privacy policies, they acknowledge things, and just click next, next, next. There are a lot of that, and I think they're not really aware of the amount of information that's being collected.
Eva Galperin, EFF Director of Cybersecurity. Her work is primarily focused on providing privacy and security for vulnerable populations around the world. Since 2018, she has worked on addressing the digital privacy and security needs of survivors or domestic abuse. She is also a co-founder of Cultation Against Stalkerware.
Privacy is power over your information. Understanding what kind of trail you leave behind enables you to limit that trail, or enables you to limit who can see that trail. Long, strong, and unique passwords for all of your accounts. And you turn on the highest level of two-factor authentication you're comfortable using. Take your software updates. This is how you benefit from the work of the security team. And finally, that you actually sit down and you think about your threat model. You think about what you want to protect and who you want to protect it from. VPN stands for Virtual Private Network. It is just a way of creating a tunnel between you and wherever your VPN is in order to protect your browsing or your internet activity from whoever is running the network that you're on. For example, if you are in a hotel and you use hotel Wi-Fi and you log into work using your VPN, the hotel can only see that you logged into the VPN. They can't see what your traffic looks like.
Ben Weisner, Director and Head of ACLU's Speech, Privacy, and Technology Project. For nearly 15 years, he has worked at the intersection of civil liberties and national security, litigating numerous cases involving airport security policies, government watch lists, surveillance practices, targeted killing, and torture.
Install your updates. Hackers and spies use bugs and programs to break into your devices, so install software updates to patch security holes as often as you can. Second, always use a browser's private browsing or incognito option to avoid having your web surfing recorded and stored on the device you're using. Third, be smart about your passwords. Turn on two-factor authentication to help ensure that you're the only one who can get into your accounts, even if someone else gets your password. When you log in from a new device, a code will be sent to your phone to confirm that it's really you. And please use a password manager to create and keep track of unique and strong passwords for every site you use. Because if you're using the same password for multiple accounts, when one account is compromised, they all are. Fourth, encrypt your communications with apps like Signal, making it hard for anyone else to read your texts or listen in on your phone calls. And last, put a sticker on your computer camera when you're not using it. This is your best defense against hackers who can turn on your camera without your permission.
As we got some insight from our experts, we know that there are various tools and techniques to protect your online privacy, from using VPNs to regularly updating your browser settings. However, it's essential to be cautious. Not all strategies are foolproof, and companies are constantly finding new ways to collect data. These privacy invasions go beyond mere inconvenience. They can potentially compromise the security and trust that we place in the online medium. But are these invasions a necessary cost for the benefits of the internet?
My biggest complaint for being online as it relates to privacy would have to be not knowing where my privacy starts and ends.
There was an incident where my sister-in-law had like posted like a couple pictures of my kids, and then her page got hacked, and then it was like we were like seeing their pictures like on this like weird page that like somebody else had like started. So that was like a moment where I'm like, oh my gosh, like have I made the wrong decision in like even just allowing their picture to be out there at all?
It's not just about like getting a spam or targeted ad. It's like feeling that my like personal space is constantly under like siege. I wish there was like more control over what I share and who gets access to it.
The internet has definitely given the platform for people to steal and take from myself and others. If you have the time, definitely look into what you're signing up for, because just pressing agree is definitely putting yourself at risk.
Knowledge is power. Visit the Center for Democracy and Technology and get NetWise to learn how you can protect yourself from online threats. Take charge of your digital presence. As we navigate the digital landscape, let's be vigilant, informed, and proactive in protecting our online privacy. Because in the interconnected world, our shadows should only be our own.